Bruce Willis has quit acting after a devastating diagnosis, and his entire family is rallying behind him. Not only does the die-hard actor have his wife Emma in his corner, but he also has the support of ex-spouse Demi Moore. Despite divorcing in 2000, Bruce still has a very close relationship with G.I. Jane actress Demi, who is the mother of his 3 eldest daughters. They have such a great bond that Bruce decided to live with his ex-wife and their daughters, Rumor, Scout, and Tallulah, in Idaho during lockdown while Emma stayed in Los Angeles with their kids, Eveline and Mabel. Along with all of Bruce's kids, Emma and Demi joined forces to put out an emotional statement on Thursday revealing he was suffering from more health issues. Get the news you want straight to your inbox. Sign up for a Mirror newsletter here. The 67-year-old previously announced he no longer be making any movies after discovering he has aphasia, a condition which has affected his cognitive abilities, so will be stepping away from his career. But now, his family have issued yet another devastating announcement. In a statement shared via the Association for Frontotemporal Degeneration, his devastated loved one said, "As a family, we wanted to take this opportunity to thank you all for the outpouring of love and compassion for Bruce over the past 10 months. Your generosity of spirit has been overwhelming, and we are tremendously grateful for it. For your kindness, and because we know you love Bruce as much as we do, we wanted to give you an update. Since we announced Bruce's diagnosis of aphasia in spring 2022, Bruce's condition has progressed and we now have a more specific diagnosis, frontotemporal dementia, known as FTD. Unfortunately, challenges with communication are just one symptom of the disease Bruce faces. While this is painful, it is a relief to finally have a clear diagnosis." They went on to say, "FTD is a cruel disease that many of us have never heard of and can strike anyone. For people under 60, FTD is the most common form of dementia, and because getting the diagnosis can take years, FTD is likely much more prevalent than we know. Today there are no treatments for the disease, a reality that we hope can change in the years ahead. As Bruce's condition advances, we hope that any media attention can be focused on shining a light on this disease that needs far more awareness and research." Bruce always believed in using his voice in the world to help others, and to raise awareness about important issues both publicly and privately. "We know in our hearts that, if he could today, he would want to respond by bringing global attention and a connectedness with those who are also dealing with this debilitating disease and how it impacts so many individuals and their families." The heartbreaking post was signed by Emma, Demi, Rumor, Scout, Tallulah, Mabel, and Eveline. Bruce and Demi had a whirlwind romance after meeting at a film premiere in 1987, marrying just 4 months later after the actress fell pregnant with their first daughter. Eldest daughter Rumor was born in 1988, followed by Scout in 1991 and Tallulah in 1994, but their marriage would not last. Eventually, the couple began to spend less and less time together, and when they announced officially that they had separated in 1998, it was reported they had been leading independent lives for some time. "I think both of us from the outset were more passionate about having kids than we were about being married," Demi wrote in her 2019 autobiography, Inside Out. But in a change to the norm after they divorced in 2000, the split actually made the former Hollywood power couple closer than they had been before as they continued to raise their daughters together. "I still love Demi. We're very close," Bruce told Rolling Stone in 2000. We have 3 children whom we will continue to raise together, and we're probably as close now as we ever were. We realize we have a lifelong commitment to our kids. Our friendship continues. The institution has been set aside. It's difficult to live your life and marriage under a magnifying glass, which is what happens to movie star couples. Bruce dated a string of other women until finally finding love with model and actress Emma Hemming, who he married in 2009 and went on to have 2 daughters with. While Demi moved on by marrying actor Ashton Kutcher in 2005, but the couple divorced 6 years later in 2011. The families became blended as Bruce became pals with Ashton and Emma was introduced to her husband's ex and her partner very early on. It's generated a lot of interest because everyone can understand resentment and envy in the breakup of a marriage, but they don't understand how I can get along with my ex like that, said Bruce. Demi and I made a choice to put the kids first, and we're really lucky that it turns out we all have fun together. Demi and Bruce were seen side by side cheering Rumor on when she competed on Dancing with the Stars, and the Ghost actress was even a surprise guest at his 2014 Comedy Central roast. In 2020, Bruce shocked everyone by moving in with Demi, their 3 kids and 2 of their daughters' boyfriends in Idaho during lockdown. While current wife Emma stayed behind with their daughters Evelyn and Mabel in Los Angeles. During quarantine, the pair put on an extremely friendly display in a series of social media shots, enjoying dance-offs, wearing matching family pajamas and celebrating Father's Day together. And after their antics raised eyebrows, their daughter Scout shared the real story behind their cozy lockdown. She revealed that Emma had actually stayed behind in LA awaiting test results for her daughter. It's so funny, you know, because to me they're just like super f***ing weird parents, but to everyone else there's this like different level, Scout told the Dopey podcast of her mom and dad's unusual setup. My stepmom had to be in LA waiting for the results after taking her to the doctor. My dad came up here early and then travel got crazy, so my stepmom stayed in LA with my little sisters. Emma eventually joined the clan for the rest of lockdown, and Terry's certainly no bad blood between her and Demi, and they are actually good friends. When Bruce and Emma renewed their wedding vows in March 2019, it was Demi who was top of the invite list, with Emma admitting there was no way they would do it without her there. She welcomed me into her family like I welcomed her into ours, she told Us Weekly. I have so much respect for how Bruce and Demi worked through their divorce to be able to put their children first. I learned so much from that and grew so much from watching that. It was important for her to be there. In October, the couple's daughter Rumor told People magazine her parents never pressurized her to choose one over the other. She said, "I'm so grateful that we have all really strived to have really deep and meaningful and honest communication. I have a lot of friends who grew up with parents who got divorced at a young age, and I watched their parents, like, pit them against each other or have to choose between holidays. And I didn't have to do that, and I feel so grateful that my parents made it such a priority that we could be a family, even though it looked different." In March, Demi paid tribute to her ex-husband on his 67th birthday as they celebrated the big day together. Sharing a pic of the pair in the kitchen in which the actress grins while holding up a chopping board, she wrote, "Happy birthday, Bruce. Thankful for our blended family." Now the blended family is coming together in Bruce's darkest hour after his diagnosis was revealed this week. Disclosing the news to fans on social media, the Willis family said it had been a really challenging time for them and thanked fans for their continued love, compassion and support. To Bruce's amazing supporters, as a family we wanted to share that our beloved Bruce has been experiencing some health issues and has recently been diagnosed with aphasia, which is impacting his cognitive abilities, a statement shared on Instagram read. As a result of this and with much consideration, Bruce is stepping away from the career that has meant so much to him. This is a really challenging time for our family and we are so appreciative of your continued love, compassion and support. We are moving through this as a strong family unit, and wanted to bring his fans in because we know how much he means to you, as you do to him. As Bruce always says, live it up, and together we plan to do just that. Do you have a story to share? Email webfeatures@trinitymirror.com.